What if the greatest love of your life only existed between the hours of 5 and 7? In this bittersweet tale of romance, boundaries, and self-discovery, we follow a young writer who falls for a woman he can never truly have, and a love that, despite everything, changes him forever. Brian Bloom is a struggling young writer living in New York City. He spends his days pounding away at his typewriter in a cramped apartment and his nights worrying about rejection letters, his lack of direction, and the mounting pressure from his parents, especially his father, Sam, a practical, stern man who wants Brian to return to law school and live a more stable life. Brian's mother, Arlene, is gentler but equally invested in his future. One afternoon, as Brian walks through the Upper West Side, something or someone catches his eye. Leaning against the stone wall of a building is a beautiful, elegant woman with an air of mystery. She's smoking a cigarette, dressed in a timelessly chic outfit. Her poise is undeniable. Brian, drawn to her presence, strikes up a conversation.
My name is Brian. May I ask your name?
Ariel.
Ariel. Like the Little Mermaid.
She responds with a warm, amused smile. Her name is Ariel Pierpont. She's French, confident, articulate, and deeply self-possessed. Brian jokes about her name, calling it the same as Disney's Little Mermaid. She teases back, effortlessly charming. Their conversation feels like jazz, casual yet precise, playful but layered with tension. Before leaving, Ariel tells him she'd enjoy seeing him again. She suggests meeting at the same spot, but only between 5 and 7 p.m. That window, she explains, is her free time. No other details. She leaves Brian intrigued and a bit disoriented. Over the next few days, they continue to meet. The city becomes their playground. They stroll through Central Park, visit art exhibits, sit in cafes with soft jazz in the background. Each meeting feels cinematic, frozen in golden light, detached from reality. Slowly, Ariel opens up. She reveals the truth. She's married. Her husband, Valerie, is a French diplomat stationed in New York. But in their world, discretion and understanding define their marriage. Valerie has a mistress, Jane, and is aware of Ariel's relationship with Brian. Brian is stunned. He tries to process this unconventional arrangement, struggling with his own moral compass. Ariel speaks of love, art, and the French philosophy of living fully within the moment. Her words are persuasive, romantic, and steeped in decades of cultural nuance. Brian, young and idealistic, finds himself captivated not only by her allure, but by the very world she represents. A world of passion and freedom wrapped in sophistication. He agrees to continue seeing her. Their affair deepens. Their kisses are slow and reverent, filled with awe. Every touch feels like the first. In the quiet corners of New York, under a bridge in the park, in the dimly lit lobby of a boutique hotel, or in the hush of a museum hallway, they share fleeting moments that burn with intensity. Ariel becomes his muse, his obsession, his escape. She reads his writing, encourages his passion, and begins to believe in him in a way no one else ever has. Brian, meanwhile, finds himself falling hard. What began as a whimsical connection now feels like the most profound relationship of his life. But pain begins to settle beneath the surface. The strict boundary, 5 to 7, becomes suffocating. He wants to wake up beside her, to take her hand at dinner, to know what it feels like to belong. One day, Ariel shows Brian photos of her children. Two sweet, innocent faces smile back from her wallet. Brian realizes then just how far removed he is from her real life. These 2 hours they share are precious, but they are borrowed, not owned. Things grow more complex when Ariel invites Brian to dinner at her home. The evening is elegant and bizarre. Valerie, polished and intelligent, is welcoming. Jane, his mistress, is there too, sharp, observant, and clearly used to this dance. The table feels like a stage, and Brian isn't sure what role he's playing. Despite the oddity, something surprising happens. Jane's friend, Chan, a publisher, takes an interest in Brian's writing. After dinner, Brian and Jane share a taxi. Jane, though part of this intricate web, feels grounded. She offers encouragement and gently nudges Brian to pursue his dreams. Her belief in him, like Ariel's, boosts his confidence. With her help, he finishes a story, an emotional, vulnerable account based on his time with Ariel. Chan loves it. The story gets published. His book, The Mermaid, referencing Ariel's name, garners attention and praise. As Brian's literary career begins to lift off, so do his feelings of confusion. He loves Ariel, but love, he's learning, isn't always enough. He brings Ariel to meet his parents, hoping to introduce her to the world he came from. The dinner is a disaster. His mother remains cordial, but obviously uneasy. His father is reserved and judgmental. Later, Arlene corners Ariel and quietly begs her to end things. "You're a mother," she says. "Please let him have a real future." Ariel listens, stone-faced, and leaves without protest. Despite the confrontation, the affair continues. Then one day, Ariel calls Brian in a panic. She and Valerie must attend a sudden diplomatic event, and the babysitter has canceled. Can Brian watch the children? He agrees. At the park, he spends time with her kids, who slowly warm up to him. Her son, sensitive and wise beyond his years, tells Brian, "I know you're my mom's boyfriend. It's okay." The boy's innocence breaks something in Brian. At his book launch, Brian stands on the precipice of success. The room is filled with excitement, clinking glasses, congratulatory handshakes. And then he sees Ariel walk in, on Valerie's arm. Her presence, so near yet so far, wounds him. She congratulates him, but the moment feels hollow. Later, Jane tells him he's on the brink of a great career. Chan's boss wants to publish more. Everyone believes in him, but he's not whole. That night, riding in a car with his parents, his father again urges him to live a stable life, to focus on what matters. But Brian's heart belongs elsewhere. He gets out of the car and calls Jane, asking for help finding a jewelry store. The next day, he proposes to Ariel. In a small hotel room bathed in golden evening light, he presents her with the ring. "Let me love you all the hours of the day," he pleads. Not just between 5 and 7. Ariel is speechless. Her eyes fill with tears. She asks for time. Brian agrees. Tomorrow, same place. She'll bring her suitcase. But the next morning, it isn't Ariel who comes, it's Valerie. Calm, composed, and deadly serious. He tells Brian, "We had an understanding. You were the guest in our lives." Proposing crossed a line. Then he punches Brian in the face and places a check on the table. $240,000. Brian runs to the hotel. Ariel isn't there, but is a message. She loves him. Always. But she cannot leave her family. A promise was made. A life was built. And though what they had was real, it cannot go on. Brian cries silently. He leaves the ring behind. The world outside feels colder, harsher. The magic of those 5 to 7 hours fades. Time passes. Jane becomes his friend, then his confidant. Her gentle strength helps him heal. She brings him to a bookstore. His novel, The Mermaid, is there, on display. A monument to what he had and what he lost. As they walk away, Ariel enters the store. She picks up the book, runs her fingers over the cover, and smiles. It's a sad, knowing smile. Years later, Brian is married. He has a son of his own now. Life is calmer, steadier. He sees Ariel again. She's with Valerie and their grown children. They speak briefly, polite, careful, but the air is charged with the weight of unspoken things. Valerie tells Brian he's read all his books. Ariel removes her glove slowly, revealing the ring still on her finger, the same one Brian had once given her. She looks at him with quiet emotion, letting him see that she had kept it all these years. They part ways. Their families move in opposite directions. Brian doesn't look back. He doesn't need to. Some love stories aren't meant to last forever. just long enough to change who we are.